for Change Consulting, right? Dropping gems. I supposed to been every other Tuesday, but man, May was hard. I had to take off, y'all. It was giving Mother's Day ×4. Giving Mother's Day ×4. I just want to say that I am starting off this show, June, with a blast from the past and present. My girl Kesha. I love me some Kesha, y'all. Yes. The topic of the day we're going to be talking about is definitely going to be positioning ourselves, right? So positioning ourselves and transitioning ourselves when we gotta move through business. I had mentioned that in a previous episode that we were going to talk about this, because I already talked to her about this a long time ago that I was going to do this. And now she is here, so I'm extremely excited about us having this conversation. As you know, business does wax and wane. Sometimes it folds. Kesha, man, let's first talk about how we met.
Oh my God,
I know.
It's been a long time. We've been friends forever now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
she knew me before Time for Change, y'all.
Yes.
Right before.
Yes, but Time for Change is always ready, right?
Yes, always ready. I like that for us. Yes.
So we met. Okay, so we met through a mutual friend.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Charlotte King, may she rest in peace. I love her to pieces.
Miss King, we love you.
Yes, love you. So we met through Miss King. Miss King told me about her. We were both contractors, or we were both doing consulting for a DC agency. And Miss King was the glue that kind of brought us together, kind of kept us together, and now we're still stuck together. We're unstickable, right?
I'm telling you, Miss King came in the office, closed the door, and told me, "Why are you working for these people?" And so I was just like, I always wanted my business, but I don't know. And this is the person that she introduced me to. And Kesha gave me 30 minutes in the grocery store, y'all. I'm not making this up.
Oh my gosh.
And it was amazing that you even took time out to talk to me.
Aww.
I'm so thankful.
Aww, me too. I'm glad I had a chance to get to know you. Miss King came to me and she was like, "Kesha, I know this young lady. She's really sharp. She wants to start her own business. I think it'd be perfect for you to go talk to her." I was like, "Miss King, who is it?" Because she had referred somebody else and they wasn't about their business.
You know she do that all the time.
I know.
Because she don't care. If it's us, she want us to meet each other.
Yeah, she does. I love her.
Yes.
So I was like, "Okay, Miss King." She's like, "No, Kesha, she's serious. She's about her business. She wants to start her own business. Can you talk to her?" I was like, "Okay, Miss King, give me her number. You can have her to call me." And so we talked.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
The rest
Here we are.
history. The rest is history. The
So,
biggest thing is just watching you, Kesha, go through so much changes. And you know, it's always time for change for everybody. Like, you never really know when your change is going to happen. And so you have inspired me to keep moving through all the little things that you've been doing.
Thank you.
Yes.
You inspire me too. You know that, right? Yes, you do.
Girl power. That's what it's about. It's about girl power, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. So I know that, so she was doing the same type of business, right? So from when we started, she was doing the same type of employment stuff, but it was kind of like with a nuance. And as Kesha will begin to talk, she has so much nuances to even her new growth now. That because people actually, and she'll know this, but I'm gonna drop a gem. So Kesha don't know that people were DMing me, asking me about her, asking how she started and how she did this. And I was just like, yeah, like when they were asking me about your medical license or maybe have that, you know, I don't know.
Right.
So I was just like, yeah, so I don't know. But I was saying that I'm going to make sure that we talk about that a little bit on our show because that is something. So I do know that part. I do know that part. Kesha, I was like, I don't have anything planned, and I really don't. It just kind of comes.
It's fine.
It kind of comes, but yes, but no, I did. I received 3 messages, specifically when I tagged you about like, oh, so how she does this and how she doing that and stuff. So so you owe up to the. You owe up.
I got y'all.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yes.
No gatekeeping here. So no worries.
Ooh, we like that. Yes, that's what Droppin Gems is about. Okay. So tell me. So she pivoted, right? So we were talking about pivoting businesses. If you need to, for whatever reason, we talked about like if personal things get in the way when we were talking about staying focused. So she pivoted and she changed her business from what I used to do. She even got me looking like, but from what I used to do, what I do now to something brand new. So tell us about the lounge.
Okay, so before we get to the lounge, let me tell you how I got to the lounge, right? So I'll give you a little bit about my background first, like how I got to this point. I pivoted more than once in my career, right? So I started out as a consultant. I was a management consultant. I used to work for the big consulting firms, right?
Y'all, this is good. Go ahead.
So I started working for like the big consulting firms like Booz Allen and Hamilton and Grant Thornton, doing like management consulting, traveling all the time, doing all of that. Had kids or whatever, still did it. Branched out on my own in 2005 doing the exact, 2004, 2005 doing the exact same thing. I'm like, wait, I brought in all this money for these big companies? Right, I've done everything from the transactional accounting to like bringing in business. I could do that for myself. Yeah. So I was like in my 20s and I was like, you know what? So like in 2004, 2005, I started letting people know like, hey, this is what I want to do. Communication is key. Like you just let people know what you want to do. You'd be surprised how many people come and support you.
Hold on, because you'll be surprised of who supports you. that right there is a gem. But I'm gonna tell you this, no, for real, Kesha.
Go ahead.
It is a rarity. It is a rarity when you walk in your line of being who you supposed to be, then it comes.
Okay.
I just gotta add that only because I don't have no friends. And I don't have no people that would support me other than somebody I didn't even know.
I didn't know her.
Somebody that I didn't even know. So she says that because she's speaking it and she's walking it, but y'all don't be speaking and walking it. Just so you know. Okay, go ahead, girl.
So I secured my first contract. Well, right before I left Booz Allen, I secured my first contract on my own. So I was like, okay, I could do this. I was scared, girl, but I had to step out on faith. I'm like, okay, I could do this. And so I did it. And I ran my business. I had multiple contracts with different agencies.
And this is the consulting company.
This is the consulting. This is me doing consulting. And then, my consulting business was doing really well. I had, I was nursing and I had a nursing baby. I was still traveling. I'm like, okay, something got to give. I got to stay home. This is too much.
Or not.
But not too much. Like still doable. Right? Yeah. Still doable. But I wanted to be home because I was missing the milestones, right? My youngest child, he was crawling and he was walking. He was at the daycare and she would call me like, oh, he took the first steps. And I'm like, wait, that motherly guilt is real. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I need to find something else. And that's how I pivoted. And well, not a total pivot, but I started a new sector within workforce development doing vocational rehab services. So that's my very first pivot in my career, right?
Okay.
And so...
but was it the same company when you... the first pivot? Because it sounded like it was like the same company or no?
No, it's the same company. So what I did, so I'm back up a little bit more too. So I started freelancing, right? I was freelancing first, right? Okay. So I was freelancing. I was doing taxes. I was just doing a little bit of things while I was still doing my management consulting, working for the big companies. And then, so I was always an entrepreneur in that sense. Mm-hmm. So when I formulated my actual business, when I got like legalized my business or, put it on paper or put the structure down on paper, I kept that same business for my management consulting business as well as for my workforce development. So it was still the same business. Okay. So I kept that business. And so I transitioned from being a sole proprietor on paper, like tax number sole proprietor, to being like a S corporation.
I want to talk about that.
Okay, go ahead.
So we talked a little bit, my change agents, as I call them, we talked a little bit about like business and how you choose your business at the beginning, right? So we talked a little bit about that. And so tell me about the transition though. Like how did that work? Like, did you have to report to IRS? Did you have to? Like,
yes. So I actually went out and got my EIN. So go get your EIN, even if you're a sole proprietor, because you want a separate EIN to report that income, right? So there's
Jim,
right?
It's okay. It's okay.
So at first I went and got an EIN just for sole proprietorship because I was a business, right? Okay. And so I did business under my name with that EIN number. And so that's how I did like my taxes and all that other stuff that I was doing. And then when I formulated,
so you can have an EIN number and use your name.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you could use you could have an EIN just for your name. Yeah, that's the whole purpose of a sole proprietor, right? You could use a different name doing business as or whatever, but you could definitely have an EIN with your name.
Okay, and look at me, I'm like,
you're learning.
I can, but I mean, yeah.
Okay. And then I structured to a corporation, and so I was an S corp. I'm still an S corp, so I'm an S corporation, and so I did my S corporation for my management consulting business, as well as under the same umbrella, my workforce development. So I had 2 sectors within my business.
Okay, so go back to the show so that you can identify if you still haven't, because see, we have a lot of procrastinators on the call. Yeah, and so on the video, so go back and look at the video so that you can understand exactly where you place. But take that gem with you, that you could be a sole proprietor and you could have a business under your name with a different EIN.
Yeah, and you still report on your
I think I need another one.
You can.
I know. You can ask me if you want. I think I want another one.
You can, but I think it's better for protection if you get yourself like an LLC or like you do an S corporation, so that way you have a different level of protection. So when you have, there's different like categories of businesses. You can have a sole proprietor, which is less protection. Someone can sue you and take all your goods, right? You don't want to do that for too long. You can have like a C corporation. You can have an S corporation. You can have an LLC. If you're a professional, like a lawyer or something like that, you can have an LLP. So there's different types of organizational structures that you want to consider.
Yeah,
right?
So take that back to show, I don't know what it is. Take it back.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so I did that. So I did all of that. So I worked my 2 sectors, I worked my 2 businesses. It was for workforce development. It was when Charlotte kind of connected us. Yeah. Right. So I think I started that around 2012. Right? I know. Started in 2012. And I still kind of dabble in the business right now today. Okay. So, but then, life happens, right? Life is life.
You gotta stay focused. You gotta stay aboard. You got to pay attention to every dollar that comes out of your bank account, because life be lifing.
Yes. Yeah. And one of the good blessings, I'll tell you, so financially, I did something that people tell me you should not do, right? I self-finance my business, from me being a sole proprietor to me opening my S corporation. I self-finance that. I made a lot of money as a consultant, so I made a lot of money. So I was able to use the money that I had, and I had a low cost of living, so I was able to use that money to kind of like pay staff, get my building.
This is what a lot of money looks like, y'all. This is what a lot of coin look like. Don't be confused. Yeah.
Oh gosh, no.
She's dropping diamonds.
No, I did. I was young. I was making money. My expenses were low, right? And so it helped. So I was able to do that. But if I was you, if I had to go back and do it again, never use your own money to start a business. If you can get financing from a bank, an investor, or something else like that, take their money. Don't use
Go
your
back
own
to
money.
that funding episode.
Right.
Go back there. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, so I did that. So I was a self-funded. I was very proud of that, right? So I self-funded my own business, and I'm like, okay, look at me. I'm doing this superwoman. Yes. And then life happened, and then, I'm like, okay, you know what? I was like, what am I going to do? Because I just wanted to do something totally different when I had the life-changing experience. And it was at that time, like in 2023, when my life-changing experience was coming to an end. And then I was like, you know what can I do? And I heard that DC had opening for, cannabis licensing for dispensaries, cultivators, manufacturing. And so I was like, you know what? I want to manufacture. Like, I knew people that made different things. I'm like, okay, I could probably, work with them and do it. And so I never
brought some products.
I know, but wait, I didn't move on to manufacturing. I should have. I don't regret it, but I should have done that.
Oh, okay.
But I was slow. But what I did act on was the dispensary. So the retailer. So I have a retail license, a licensed medicinal dispensary, which is basically the same as a retail. So.
Yes. Good old wellness.
Yeah, so after my life-changing event was finalized, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to let this. I'm going to keep it moving. So I kept it moving, and I submitted my application for my license. It took a whole year. Yeah. It took a year. So be patient.
I know. I try to tell people all the time, even when we were talking about the grants and the contracts and stuff, I was telling them about the seasons of business, how this is my drought, and this is when I make money, this is when I don't make money, this is how I make money. So I've been educating them on that, because it's very important that
Yeah,
whatever you do,
like
every seed you plant is not the same seed, right? So
it grow at different times.
Grow at different times. Yep. So if you do planting, then that's a gem for you.
And just being an entrepreneur, though, it's important. Like you said in the very beginning, entrepreneurship has its ebbs and flows. You know what I'm saying? Like you got your ups and downs. Yep. Sometimes you have your good moments. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you plan like, okay, this is gonna come and it doesn't. Don't count them eggs until they hatch, honey. You know what I'm saying? But plant those seeds, watch it nourish them, watch it grow. Some is going to grow, some are not. But as long as you have things that you've put in place already, you're going to benefit from it. So be patient. Be patient.
Yes,
right?
Be patient.
So so I put in my application. It took a whole year. It took a whole year for me to get my application through. So I think my application was put in like January. First, I actually put it in December of 2023. It was kicked back because the file was too large and I didn't know it. So like January 1st, January 2nd, when the city opened, I had to resend it. And so that was in 2024. It wasn't until like 2025 when they actually approved me and gave me an actual license. Like and
I remember like before, because we was having conversations, but I'm telling y'all, I just, I'm a good listener, right? So I was listening to Kesha and she was like, yeah, because she was talking about where the space she was and how she had to be a certain amount of feet away from another space and she had to do this. And I was listening. It's a lot. So she made it seem like, oh, I just put in an application and boom, it just happened. No. It took a year. It took her mapping out stuff. It took her doing a lot of different things. And mind you, this is a pivot, right? So she was used to making a certain type of money, used to doing certain types of things, right? And I was bumping into her like, oh, okay, Kesha. Like, Kesha was looking like she was like in the year. Yeah, she was in the year.
Listen, no, seriously, I will be completely transparent. Listen, I made good money as a consultant and, doing my business and, my life-changing event wiped me out, right? I basically started from zero. Like I had nothing, but somehow, some way, stepping out on faith, I was able to kind of get this business going. I wasn't making any revenue. I wasn't making any income. I had no income whatsoever. Right?
I remember. We friends.
I had no income.
I was like, geez.
But I made it happen. You know what I'm saying? I made it happen. I have an amazing support system, and that's helpful. That was really helpful. People that believed in me, people that believed that I could do it, they came to my support. And then today we now have Yemaya's Lounge.
Yes, Yemaya's Lounge. Yes.
Yeah, we have Yemaya's Lounge.
Go get your tree.
Yes, come.
Go get your tree. Yeah.
3919 Georgia Avenue.
Say the address again one more time.
3919 Georgia Avenue Northwest. We're right in between Randolph and Shepherd Streets Northwest, or across
the street from the Wendy's.
Yes.
The Wendy's done been there for 55 years.
And we know that Safeway too. They remodeled the Safeway.
Yeah.
You can't miss this. We got the signs in the windows. Just look for the dispensary sign or look for the the tree sign that says open.
Yes, so we're there. The tree.
www.yemayaslounge.com.
Yes.
Okay, that's my plug.
Yeah, go ahead, plug. But so she was in that year, and it takes that much dedication to kind of, pivot.
Yeah.
So are you completely pivoted? Like, is your yacht like going in the right direction?
It is. I'm really excited. Like there's been some, it's been a journey. It hasn't been easy, right? It hasn't been easy. It's competitive. This market is highly competitive too.
Okay.
Like, people be peopling, but it's we're sailing, right? We're sailing. We're doing really well.
All right.
Okay.
So tell me more about what is going on and what is popping.
Okay, so we just had an amazing release of a new strand and a new brand. We became a new brand ambassador, I guess you can say, for Eva Marcel. She has her own flower strand, strand called Sunflower by Eva. And we have all three strands: a sativa, indica, and a hybrid. Okay. And so we released it on Saturday the 30th during a big event. And so it was an amazing turnout. We're really excited. And so we want everyone to come and check it out. It's an amazing, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And if you're not really into it, but you're curious, come and check us out, because we do focus on not just being a dispensary, we have 5 pillars within our business, right?
Okay.
So we focus on health and wellness, entertainment, right? Education and training, food and beverage. So we have nice, good infused things where you can kind of taste. And then we also have a social impact component of Yemaya's Lounge. So we have 5 pillars within Yemaya's Lounge. We have a safe use space where you can come and consume. We can have an outback garden where you can come and chill and consume, listen to music and have a good time. So we are a multifaceted dispensary, not just a regular dispensary. So.
Yeah, I mean, well, it sounds like it's not just a regular dispensary. It sounds very fancy.
Thank you.
I'm very excited. I went for her 1 year.
Yay, thank you.
And I'm so excited. I was so excited. I was like, this is my friend. She pivoted. This is my friend.
Did.
Yes. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And all of your success. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It takes great people like you. So you coming out to support really means a lot. So like I said, I have a wonderful support system, and she is an amazing support.
Yeah.
So thank you so much
because
over the years.
Because I'm telling you, it's one thing to have people that watch you all the time. Yeah. And then they don't subscribe, they don't comment, but they come here for the gems though.
Right.
They come here for the gems. So please be looking out and do those things if you want to support, because that's like the smallest thing that you could do to actually support. Kesha has a wonderful story, and that's the reason why she's here, is because it's not about just going into business and thinking that is going to be the only thing that you do. You could use your talents for multiple things. You could use your gems for multiple things. And I want to encourage you and everyone out there to listen to her story, to listen to my story, to listen to the things that your spirituality is telling you to do, and walk in your faith. That was the biggest thing that we talked about at the very beginning, which was the spirituality. So you have what it takes. You just have to be encouraged and continue to listen to people, and dropping gems, and you'll be great. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, so good. Well, I'm excited. So tell me your hours of business.
Okay, so we are open for the spring and summertime from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
So we're there all day. 12 hours a day.
I thought it was going to be like a little snippet. You know how a lot of black businesses be like, well, we here on Monday, Wednesday, or we here on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
No shade, but I'm just saying, it's very hard to get a black business to come in here and say that they open all the time.
Yeah, so the only day that we're not open is Sundays, but Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
That's what's up. Kesha, that's why you've been so busy.
Girl, yes. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
So I'm managing a lot.
Oh my
But it's worth it. It's fun. It's what I enjoy, and it's what's helping to sustain my family.
Yeah.
So I have 2 kids. Right now. So I'm a mom of 2.
She's a boy mom too. So we're 2. That was something else we got in common.
That's right. Native Washingtonians.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Yes.
In the city.
Yes. And she's in the city. Business in the city. So yeah, make sure you support. Don't just be watching just for the gems and you're not supporting.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's, man, 9 to 9, you don't have no excuse.
Come see me 9 to 9.
Yeah.
Yes, come see me 9 to 9. I think, one of the things that I said on one of my postings, I'm like, I think I'm the only dispensary owner that was born, raised, and still lives in DC and has her business in DC. So not too many of us have that, but I think so. Come and support a native Washingtonian, y'all. Come on, we here.
Drive there. Yeah. So, is there anything that we're here on Droppin' Gems?
Yes.
And so it's very important to drop gems when you come. So, and you talked about the business. You talked about how you can name your business in different ways. You can register your business and your EIN. Is there anything you would like to give as a gem that would be on and popping for dropping gems that nobody knows?
Oh, that nobody knows. I don't know.
I don't know. They might be coming up with
same thing.
They might know. They might not. But
okay,
we want it to be like 80%. don't know. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if there's I can't think of anything, but here's what I'll share. Right? Work hard, work silent, right? If you have an inner circle, it's okay to share with them, but grind, because not everybody is there to support you, right? So now don't share all of the details of your business with everybody, but share with the close ones that you know that's going to support you, and then spread it out to the world once it's ready, right? So I share that piece
Says the person who just drops seeds in everybody.
No, but I don't think I really shared with so many people that I was doing this. Right, only a few people knew, targeted people knew that I was starting the dispensary. And even today, a lot of people that know me, they was like, "Oh, really? You got a dispensary?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So now I'm struggling, trying to get the word out to let people know, I got a dispensary now, y'all. Because I was so quiet about it. It was really people that was close to me and the people that I knew would support me knew. Yeah. But I'll say that. But then I feel so special.
Yeah. It's good when you can have friendships that's a vault. I tell people all the time, when people say things to me and they say, "Well, I was going to tell you, but I don't know if you was going to say something." I'm like, I'm literally a vault, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean that in the most nice way, but I'm a vault. What you tell me, I'm not going this way, and then what this person tell me, I'm not going that way. Learn, that's a gem. Please learn that skill. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't do that. They be spilling guts all over the place. So
But the other thing I would say, and again, I don't think it's a secret, but believe in yourself, right? Believe in yourself. So many people have imposter syndrome. Do away with that, right? If you can think it, if you can dream, if you have an idea, you can make it come to life. So I would just always say, believe in yourself, find a way to get it done. And take it from me, you don't need a lot of money to make your dreams come true. You just have to be resourceful, lean on your support system, because when I tell you I had no coins, no dollars, no anything, and yet I still opened a dispensary through the grace of God, right? I was able to do it. I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing. So don't let you maybe not having a lot of resources or money in the bank or whatever deter you from starting your dream. Just every little day do something. Every little day do something towards your dream, and before you know it, you'll have it, right? Your dream will be realized. So that's kind of a gem that I do want to let people know. You don't need a lot of money all the time.
Yeah,
you absolutely don't. You just have to have passion.
You just use other people's money.
Yeah, and perseverance.
and perseverance too. Yes, and God is number one. Just pray on it. And if it's supposed to be, I tell people all the time when I submit any solicitation, any contract or anything, I'm not praying for me to get it. I'm just praying that whatever is meant for me to have, I get the opportunity to have it. So that's it. That's all, because I'm not, please, I need this. And then it come and then it's a wazoo. No, give me something that's supposed to be for me.
I like that. Now for contracts, I could talk to you a bazillion years about contracts and grants. Right. So if contracting and grants is kind of what you're interested in, I would say for you to kind of network. Your network is your net worth. I don't know. Okay.
Yes.
Seriously, that's
so
true.
Back to that show. I told them, I said, y'all better get out around the people that are in the business. Remember Mr. Bell was here. And I said, whenever it's in the business, she was in the same type of business that I was in. Going to these, I don't know, events, art district, and all of those different things. It's so important to bump shoulders with other entrepreneurs. So expand your circle, and expand, make sure that the people that you are around are people that's kind of motivating you, right? Because here's something that I always share with my sons, right? I'm if you're around 5 people doing nothing, you're going to be the 6th person doing nothing. If you're around 5 people that's motivated, doing things, moving progressively, you're going to be the 6th person. So your circle means the world, means how high you're going to go, your trajectory in life, or how far you're going to fall behind. So make sure you surround yourself with people that's going to inspire, motivate, and y'all support each other. So yes, Jim, that is good. See, she was all worried, y'all. She came in, she bust this joint out.
I was nervous.
Yes,
but this is awesome. You make it great. You make it easy, Tanya. Tanya makes everything easy. crazy.
Well, you
did
know,
great.
we
Thank
just do what we are ordained to do. It
Yes.
makes an easy conversation. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, no, I don't have nothing written. No, we just gonna go and do this. Yes, that's what we're doing. I want to thank you for coming past Time for Change Consulting,
Yes.
dropping gems. I want to thank you, Kesha,
Yes.
for gracing your
Thanks for
presence.
having me.
Yes,
Appreciate
yes. Please make sure that you watch our show. Okay, I'm starting back. All right, don't get on me too bad. May was just a flush. I'll tell you about it next time. I'll tell you about it. But I just want to make sure that you all catch me every other Tuesday at 6 p.m. Please, subscribe, like, comment. Yeah. And I look forward to speaking with you all very soon about some greatness that I have coming. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day.
Bye, guys. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah.